Hi Cancer, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Cancer, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week this week, you have the Death card. Endings, culminations and completions. Whenever this card shows up for you, remember something is coming to an end, right? Something's coming to a completion or an end point. The beauty of the Death card is transformation happens when change happens. And you know, the change is literally the nature of life. And if nothing ever changed, can you imagine if you're a bad situation and nothing ever came to an end and you were just stuck in it, right? That whole goldfish syndrome would just be awful. So when the Death card shows up this week, you might be presented with a choice to let something go or to release something. It's going to be up to you what you do with it. For your if you are a continued subby, you know I love you for it. And if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and this resonates, hit that subscribe button. So your foundation for this spread is the Moon card. So this week, I mean, I like the fact that you've got the Moon with the Death card, because that could literally be you laying an old fear to rest. This could be you getting really honest with yourself, looking yourself in the mirror and saying, look, you know what? This doesn't work for us anymore. This is not the way that I envision my life to be. So your jumping card there for the world is the World card, right? Very interesting. So if you're completing or releasing an old fear, what happens? You level up in some way, right? The Death card isn't just about death, endings, completions, culminations. It's also about transformation. You got the World card for your actions and options, which I absolutely love, because this is true transformation. Something comes to an end, you release an old fear, and so you level up, you step onto that new plateau, you move into that new way of being or that new understanding of who you actually are, how things are really going to be for you from here on in. I really like this. I think in a lot of ways, the World card often suggests to us as well that something about our community is about to change. So this might be friends that you've been tied to, a community that you've been tied to, maybe the area that you live in is changing. Something is up for review this week, and this is really you getting stuck into that. For your communications and conversations, you have the Seven of Pentacles. So this week, where things are hard, where things are difficult, where people or things are convincing you that it has to be hard to be successful, I feel like this is you saying, you know what, fuck that, it doesn't work for me, and no thank you. Remember, the Seven of Pentacles is about hard work and investments, but in this position, especially underneath the Death card, I feel like this is you releasing yourself in some way. This is like, you know what, let me take the shackles off. Let me put the bag of rocks down that I'm trying to swim with. Like, this is you really opening something up in your life, and it's like you're doing it. And this week you could be having a conversation with someone, with a friend, it could be a colleague, a peer, where you're saying, you know what, this feels hard and it feels forced and I don't want it anymore. This is great. For those of you that work for somebody else, Seven of Pentacles is going to see you acknowledging the hard work and effort that you've put in, and it's going to see you really demanding to have the results for it. It's like, I'm not prepared to do all of this for no reward or no result anymore. So we're going to have to talk about something, or I'm going to have to start looking at what my other options are. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, I think this is you deciding that actually it can be easy, first of all, and second, it looks like this week one of the conversations that you have is going to show you where maybe you get in your own way or where you are making it difficult for yourself. And that Death card is seeing you say, yeah, you know what, now that I see it, no thank you. Just as I said that, it turned 4:44 on the clock. Excellent. For those of you that are retired or no longer working for any reason, That Seven of Pentacles, in a lot of ways, it's going to see you asking yourself, you know, what do I want to do with the time that I have left? What do I want to do with the time that I currently have? I think this is going to see you getting really honest with yourselves this week, Cancer, and I love it. I'm here for it. For your love and relations, you've got the Six of Wands. This is great. So for those of you that are partnered or in relationships, this week could be a week where you're planning a holiday or planning some sort of travel. It's likely to be something that was already on hold. So something that you didn't know you were going to be able to do, something that's already been cancelled once and now it finally goes ahead, which is great. It is the Six of Wands. This is great for your partnership and wonderful for your relationship. And it suggests that the hard work is now done. And now you're kind of, you and your partner are both in agreement actually this week. You know what? It needs to be easy from now on. We're done with the hard stuff. And I love this. I think in a way, this could be you and the partner getting back to that friendship energy. Speaking of friendships, for those of you that are single and looking, this could be great. Doesn't necessarily mean that you're, you know, shacking up with a friend, but it does suggest to me that you're having a lot more fun when it comes to the love life. I think it's almost like you're taking the severity out of things this week, which I really, really love for you guys. For your money and materials, you have the Eight of Wands. That's really nice. So when it comes to money and finances, this week you could be having a conversation where someone says to you, look, you know what, actually you could make more money doing what you're doing. You could get a better rate for, you know, whatever you're paying for this, and this. Be open. Like, money's one of those subjects that always causes sort of like, you know, everybody gets a bit stiff upper lip about it. If you're willing to open up and have the conversations this week, you could find some ways to save. You could find some ways to maximize on the resources that you've got. If you allow yourself to be a student of money this week, the results from it could actually be brilliant. So give a consideration to that. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, this is going to be your hamstrings, your thighs, your butt, and your lower back. Look after that aspect of self this week, especially with the Seven of Pentacles in close proximity. Again, you know, let people give you ideas about ways to care for yourself. Maybe a new health regime, a new thing to add to your diet, a new thing to take away from your diet. This could be a really profound week of learning for you, Cancer. I think in a lot of ways, that's one thing that you should focus on, like taking the severity out of things and ways that you can take on new ideas and methodologies. And then finally, for your we talked about physical health, for your home and environment, you could be welcoming somebody in that you haven't seen for a while this week. And it looks like it could be a lot of fun. Like I said, that death card in the whole mix, I don't think this is necessarily the death of a person. I think this is going to be literally the end of a lot of challenges for you. Now, if you've seen your monthly reading for August, you know it's going to be quite challenging. It's going to have some moments about it, but I think that if you get on the front foot this week, you'll be able to sidestep a lot of that for next month. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.